Hello, thank you for watching this video. In the following, you will see how QDMS, our quality, risk, audit, and compliance management system, helps you manage and digitize your corrective action management operations. Let's get started.
So this is the homepage after you log into QDMS. First of all, you will see all your pending tasks and also the request for approval on this home screen. You can get a quick connection and start processing with this particular request by opening the widget on this homepage. QDMS is a permission-based system. Different users will have different permissions based on their role, position, profession, department, or group. As I'm now logging in as the admin so that I have the full control of the system. The typical example will be, I can see all the items in my main menu. And thanks to the modular structure of QDMS, you can always pick and choose the module that you want to have and deploy on your server, either on your on-premise server or on your cloud server. And let's get started, first of all, to the corrective action module. And before showing you the corrective action, actually in today's agenda or today's scenario for my demonstration, we receive a customer complaint from a customer saying, so there's a customer complaint about the defective materials that we have sent out to our customer place. So right here, I can go to my customer complaint list. And this is the one, the customer name as ABC Holdings. We receive a complaint about the defective materials, and after that, we can assign a team to take care of this complaint and attach any document if there's any, for example, the image for this particular defective material. After that, while we are filing our first progress report, we have an option to create a corrective and preventive action as known as CAPA. So starting from here, we can create a new corrective action, and you will see the non-conformity will be filled automatically based upon the complaint. After that, we can also pick and choose the corrective action source, which is coming from the customer complaint. Also, the related or associated customer name will also be shown in this corrective action as well. So first of all, now you can see the built-in integration between the modules of QDMS. When we have, in terms of creating our corrective action, it also can be a standalone or coming from a customer complaint. After that, we can find the non-conformity, and also we can pick and choose the non-conformity category. After that, we can also define the solution team for handling this corrective action, and also the attachment can be uploaded from our local as well. For example, I'm going to upload the image of that defective material. And now this file is uploaded, and it can always be a reference for this record. When the information are ready, then we can save this, and this corrective action record will be created. And as you can see right here, we have another mandatory fields that we have to enter. And now this corrective action is created. As the responsible person of the solution team, also we have to file our first progress report, and we can come back to our homepage and see where is our corrective action that it just opened. So right here, this is the one that we just create with the corrective action number 239. And you can also see with the same customer name as we just enter, and I can open this up and start filing my first progress report. So in this first progress report, we can enter what we have found and what is the description or the detail for this non-conformity. For example, customer ABC company ordered, let's say, the steels with the purchase order or invoice number 1234, and still doesn't meet the requirements, for example. And this is what we have found. And now we can invite, or we also have an option to invite more team members to this solution team. For example, it's involved different departments, like the sales department and also the manufacturing department and the shipping department also. Then we can invite the member, and this is the user list that we have in QDMS. So you're more than welcome to invite more than one members to this as a solution team. Again, we can also attach the documents here as a supportive information to this first progress report. After that, we can save our first progress report and then carry out the next step. On the top, you can see different tabs, and we are going to follow it one by one. After doing the first progress report, then we can record our root cause. For example, after our root cause analysis, we will find that the reason why is for this non-conformity is because we are lack of the training procedure. And also we can enter the description right here as well, like there is no training procedure in the company, for example. And after that, we can save this root cause. And since we have our root cause is saved in the system, of course, we want to carry out certain action, corrective action, in order to cope with this particular root cause, so that we can also define an action. It can be a corrective action or preventive action. Furthermore, we can also pick and choose the action performer who is going to perform this corrective action in order to cope with this particular root cause. And you can enter the detail of this corrective action, like put together the training procedure, and have an expiry date for the action performer, like he can have a week to perform this action. And we have to also pick and choose the root cause that we are copying with, like the lack of training procedure. This is the root cause, and this is the associated corrective action in order to dealing with this particular root cause. After that, we can save this, and this corrective action record will be assigned to the action performer. As I assign this to myself, Bimser Int admin, which is my user account name, I can log into my system and find my task on my homepage. So right here, we have our corrective action that I have to perform. As you can see right here, still the same record, 239, and I can open this up and find out what has been assigned to me, and I have to update this record accordingly. First of all, I will open this action and see what I'm supposed to do. Okay, put together the training procedure. So saying now I have my training procedure ready, and then I have to update the status of this particular action, which means we have to update the record as performed, which means I performed certain action. So now I have to enter what I've done, like the training procedure is ready. And I can upload my training procedure as an attachment to this particular action record. After that, I can save this and mark this action as performed in the system. So now what you have done will be sent to the responsible person of the solution team. So now it is waiting for my approval since I am also the responsible person of the solution team. So I can find this approval request on my home screen. So let me go down, and the corrective action that is waiting for my approval. So as you can see right here, we can have a workflow for handling the non-conformity. And for this workflow, we can always configure it based upon the actual operation of your company. So right here, we can go to our list and see what we have to manage. As for right here, we have our action. So as this is finished, like the action is performed, we can also define certain follow-up action to our record 239. If there is any follow-up action, for example, we want to make sure this problem will not happen again in coming 3 months, then we can assign a responsible person for this follow-up action and also the follow-up finish date. Like we have 3 months, then that will be 2021, like February 6th, 2021. And we can enter the description of this particular follow-up action, like drill is required, and make sure this non-conformity will not happen again in coming 3 months, for example. Then we can send this out again. And the responsible person, which is myself, will receive a notification on my home screen. By the time come, like we perform the drill, and this non-conformity doesn't happen in the following week, following months, then we can update our record and file our follow-up report. So this is the one that we have, and then we can write our follow-up report. Like drill performed it, and the NC didn't happen again. And we can also upload our attachment as evidence. For example, the drill that we have performed. So we can have our follow-up action and also the picture that's about the drill that we have, and upload all together, save it. After that, it will go to the approval. And now we can also go to our approval list and close this particular corrective action accordingly. So right here, we can come back and see what we have, and then we can close it.
Thank you for watching this video. And if you would like to learn more about QDMS, please feel free to contact us and schedule a free demonstration session.